the final boss in Ray Lucar Academy. I'm having a brain fart, an old man moment. What do you mean, stigma against magic? I'm not. Sorry. Stigma against magic. I'm not sure. Sorry, I guess I'm having a brain cramp. I'm trying to understand what you mean by stigma. Oh, yeah, you know, for the longest time, well, actually, back when Elden Ring first came out, everybody always said, magic OP. And I was like, I don't know, man. Sword hit stuff die. You know, that's, you know, you hit stuff with the sword, it dies. And that's, I mean, I do like magic, don't get me wrong. But I prefer my guard counter build a lot. Well, I'm a guard counter person. I love increasing strength, getting my endurance up to where I can put on the best armor to get the best poise out of and stuff and everything. Yeah, you get your poise up there, like on, well, you know, just for laughs and giggles. I mean, it'll only take a second to do it. I'll show you my guy that I'm doing Elden the DLC with right now. It only takes a second to pop in and out. And I already have another mage build as well. And actually, I got two different builds for guard counter. Yeah, that ka-ching, that little ping. So if you look, see, I got Papa Tank, and he's level 318, and he's actually in the DLC. He's beat the first boss already. But well, actually, we'll just go up to Vicious Vicky here, which is my other guard counter. And I'm not, of course, not wearing all the gear, but that, you know, that is actually, I farmed that shield right there. Took me almost 45 minutes for that shield to drop. But I love that shield with this outfit, just the way that this looks and stuff. I just love the drip of it. So yeah, but no, the helmet is the Tree Sentinel helm. It's from the Tree Sentinel set that you can get for. So yeah, and the only reason why I have that on, if I pick my gold scarab off, and let's see here, which one, and I put back on my boot boot. Oh my God, my boost my guarding ability. So if I wanted to, I could, like, and this is the character I will start the DLC live stream with and stuff that I'll use the walkthrough. But as you see, I have all the bull goat and stuff, and if I put all the bull goat, I can't speak this morning, armor on, and if I come down here and instead of putting on the physical damage negation, and I put on the where's it at? Oh, here it is. My bull goat talisman, I get 133 poise out of that, and it is like, you can't go wrong. I mean, I got the stone the fingerprint shield as well, and you notice I'm still at a medium load and everything. But my favorite weapon, and I don't see a lot of videos on it, is that golem halberd right there. That is like literally an underrated weapon, especially when you put I can't do the attack, but if you put lion's claw on that, it's just, it's probably, I feel one of the most underrated weapons, because you can go in and if you look, you go over to attack power, it's at 862 right now at plus 25. Yes, the heavy giant crusher is 927, but even the Crozier is there, and the next underrated weapon is the Great Club. It is at 947. It has the highest AR out of these weapons. And I used the Great Club with Golden Land with this build, and it's just amazing and stuff. So, but the Golem Halberd, I feel, is one of the most underrated weapons in Elden Ring. I don't see a lot of videos on it, so, but even on my other guard counters, I use that Golem Halberd a lot. I mean, a lot. Oh, Prayerful Strike. Yes, yes. I use, it really depends on what I'm fighting. That really depends on which weapon I use and which Ash of War that I use on it. I have certain weapons that I use certain Ashes of War on. You know, like if I'm out grinding in the lands and just killing non-bosses and stuff and big groups, I like to use the Crozier, the pellets Crozier and stuff. I also like the Great Club, or not the Great Club, the Spiked Club. I'm having a brain cramp again, but I use it because it gives you health back. And I put the pellets Ash of War on there, and it just does some serious damage. Serious damage. And you're gaining health back as well. But I wanted to do these this astrologer live stream and stuff, because after doing the fresh start route, I wanted to show people, after, if you do the farming, how easy it makes the beginning area and up into mid game getting through and stuff. Now when it comes to in-game stuff, in-game bosses, late game bosses, it's a different ball game. I mean, you got to have skill. You just can't bull rush through it like people think. Oh, okay. Here we go. Even as an astrologer, you can still use the guard counter. I mean, yeah, the club from Altus, you know, I'm having a brain cramp, so an old man moment, I guess you should call it. But yeah, if you put Pellitzer's, the Ash of War, I'm trying to think of the Ash of War, but you get it from up at the mountaintop, the Giant's mountaintop and stuff. But if you put that Ash of War on and use that Ash of War with a big group, just gather up a bunch of them and use that Ash of War, your health will stay full the entire time. It's funny. And I actually used that club when I was fighting Melania as well, and kept building my health back up with it, because it does some good stagger damage as well, especially with the pellets Ash of War on there. Yeah, you can get that club twice in one run of the game. Literally, you can get it twice, because you can do the invasion and get it off of him, and then it's in the carriage as well. So you can dual wield those on your first playthrough towards the end. That club. Weeping Peninsula for the gold foulfoot crafting down there along the beach. If you go down behind, actually, you come down here to the isolated merchant shack right here, and if you go over past all the slow moving dudes, there's a bunch of penguins, or whatever they're called, the birds there, and you can just rinse and repeat and farm those, and the drop rate is a lot better there for that, for the foulfoot and stuff. I don't know the pond that you're talking about. You talking over here for the pond? But that along that beach is the best place to go for the pickled foulfoot. For the gold butterflies. Okay, I missed what you said there. Oh, for the gold butterflies. Yeah, that pond is good for the gold butterflies. I haven't really figured out another place that's really any good. That's more consistent. Look at that. And of course, I get the golden halberd on this dude without having to farm it at Stormvale Castle. When I wanted it on my guard counter, I had to farm it in Stormvale Castle. It wouldn't drop. That's funny. Yeah, you're talking about this pond right here for the gold butterflies. Yeah, you're talking over here. Right there. You know, so I had played Fallout 4 for a long time as well, and I still haven't beat the game. It's funny is I keep getting sidetracked. I mean, every time I try to just start just doing a straight through and doing the main quest, I get sidetracked with building and doing all the other side quests and everything. And so after all this time, I still haven't beat that game. I need to do a live stream with it, with doing just beating the game. That's what I need to do. Yeah, that's right. Sacred Blade against skeletons and undead, just the undead in general, makes killing them so much easier, so you don't have to try to hit them again after you kill them the first time. Oh yeah, Fallout 4. Planning no weapon in current build? You mean not using any weapon? Just a staff? Oh, actually, once I mean, I could go do it now. I am gonna go get the Moonveil Katana. I mean, I've tried a lot of the other intelligence weapons. You know, Adele Stars or whatever it's called. You get off of the one boss. Yeah, the Claymore's harpoon. I tend to. It's a good weapon. But I work towards getting the Moonveil Katana. I just love the Moonveil Katana. I like its moveset and stuff. I like the Ash of War on it and stuff, and upgraded. It does some serious damage. It has a little bit higher requirements for, like, I think the dex on it and stuff. But in my opinion, I'm willing. That's where I'm already putting points in the dex anyway, because you know, I don't dump a lot of points in the dex. I'm basically enough. I put enough dex and strength just for weapon requirements and stuff. That's basically it. And then I will pump dex a little bit, basically for. I mean, I don't go all crazy on it, but really? I don't go all crazy on dex, but I go enough to get more range and get the casting speed that I want. And basically on my dex, I think I go to 20. I think 20 is the normal. I would have to check my other astrologer that is at like level 315 or 302, 3 something like that. She's in the 300s. and stuff. But I don't go all crazy on Dext. I just do it enough just to get to where I feel comfortable with the casting speed and the range that it has. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what it is. The wing of Estelle. And as I've, I got friends and stuff that play play and stuff as well. Actually, just started playing after all these years. They don't have the invested time, but they're new players as well. And like I tell them, any weapon can be a good weapon for the most part. You just got to find what works for you, And I grew comfortable with the Moonveil Katana. Excuse me. So that's what I use. I've tried the Wing of Estelle. I've tried I've seen people with their builds that they show that, this is OP and stuff like that. And I try them, but I guess with my gameplay, the way that I play, the Moonveil Katana tends to work in my style of gameplay. And that's what I tell people. It's just, it's your style of gameplay. You use what works for you, that makes the game easier for you. Like I said before, I'm a firm believer that play smarter, not harder. You got to play what works for you. Now, if you're just picking up the game for the first time, I don't recommend using walkthroughs and stuff like that until you do the exploring and everything on your own. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. Do you see that? Oh yeah, the no FP on it is yeah, definitely. That it's a plus. There's actually people that do Intel sword builds and stuff, did I get it this time? Yes. I can't believe I missed that. It's been a while since I've missed that jump. But I see these Intel sword strength builds, and you can watch tons of videos on different intelligent builds and Intel sword builds and stuff. And I've tried them. I've given them shots, but I always keep coming back to the moon